Good evening, everyone. So here we are, back ready to get this. I can't wait. Ready to get this 181 SE back together. So I've got the, I don't know, I guess what I'd call the intake group. So the inlet elbow, the carb, the gasket, the inlet sort of manifold and everything back on. I've got my Loctite 574. So I've just done that little bit around where the impulse hole is, because you've got to be careful on these saws that are impulsed through the case, because otherwise you'll get glue all over that. So got it all over the base gasket ready to seal. That's quite thick actually. It doesn't look the same on the screen as it does in person. Got the saw all clean. Look how nice and clean she's. Not super concours winning, but definitely clean enough to get back together. The cover has been through the cleaner, so we're all ready to bolt this all on. So I'm just going to put you on the tripod and let you watch over my shoulder as we bolt it all together. So here we go. Let's get it all back on. These thin rings don't seem to have a lot of tension in them, so you don't actually need to do much to get it to go back on. There you go, all slid back on. Give it a bit of a wiggle just to even the sealant out, and then on we go. Got this as well. Got my Wolf Creek. Don't know if you can see it. Got my Wolf Creek Saw Shot t-shirt on tonight. Very excited. Do you know what, guys? I've wanted one of these 181, 281, 288 saws for so long. I've got that 390 that kind of works, kind of doesn't. I think it's got an air leak. It was a crushed saw that I bought and tried to get it working and sort of messed about with it, and it doesn't really want to play ball. But it's the 390 is an amazing saw. It just feels like a 372 really, but it's much it just feels stronger. It feels like a strong, big 372 XP. So I think this is going to be the same, but for 266. I think, honestly, I know someone commented on the last video that I put up about it that you know, if you don't think these are any heavier than a 266, try using one in the bush all day. Well, yeah, I totally get that. I'm sure they are. I need to look up on the specs, don't I? I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing actually. Are you like me and read all the specs for weights of saws and what they weigh and, you know, all of that, power to weight and all of that? I'm a geek for that stuff. But I think the bars, after putting that light bar on the 461, you know, the bar just, you know, can make so much of a difference, can't it? And of course they only quote power head weights, so it's a bit different to know. So I think I'm going to weigh all my saws with the whatever bars they've got on them and just sort of see what the differences are, because so many of them feel different to how the specs suggest, to what the specs suggest. Oh no, here we go. What have I done? What have I done with that? Oh, I've already put it in. There we go. No worries at all. I've been a bit naughty, a bit lazy. I didn't take the handle off, so you just have to flex the mounts a bit to get to these top two bolts. But you can do it. Really interested to see how this runs. You know, the one of my current trains of thought, or one of the things I can't understand, is why Husky don't make an 80cc saw at the moment. And I think the 281 is the last time Husky made an 80cc saw, isn't it? And I just don't understand it. You know, if you can get the power of a 90cc class saw, you know, an 85, 90cc saw in the chassis of a 65, 70cc saw, why would you not do that? You know, thousands of 500i owners can't be wrong. Do you know what? I'm going to treat this to a new plug. Where's my new plug drawer? Plugs, guys. Here's a good geeky question. What plugs do you all love? Personally, I love an NGK. I don't think you can go wrong with an NGK. If there's ever a plug problem, first thing I always do is swap an NGK in. Look at that. Oh, isn't there something nice about things like this? A brand new NGK. Look at that. Come on, focus. Look at that. Ta-da! Brand new NGK. Beautiful. What was the old one? Oh, this is one of those resistor ones. Are these resistor ones okay with these old ignitions? Presume so. I pretty much sort of think all chainsaw spark plugs are the same, aren't they? Apart from the little ones that fit in the other saws, the newer saws. But yeah. Just pause you a sec, guys. Just had to go and find a plug wrench. Beautiful. Oh, can't wait. The worst bit about this now, when you get these all sealed up, the worst thing about them, let me zoom you in a bit, you can see what I'm doing a bit better, can't you? Zoom, 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 zoom. I'll turn you around like that. It's difficult filming like this and not getting my arms in the way. But there we go. So that's the old kill switch. Oh, I tell you what, that's gone under. Let's just thread that through the other way. Kill switch wire in there. Need to find a better way of filming for you, really, guys. But we're learning. That's all we're doing on this channel. We're just learning. Chatting away to you. It's a bit like, I suppose the wife's going to come out in a minute and say I'm talking to myself. But there we go. Let's just get this coil wire there. Clip it in where it goes. Clips in there. Clips in there, clips in there. Beautiful. So nice when they're all clean again, isn't it? Now, does that looks like that wire clips in there? Yeah, it does. That's pretty. Okay, I think we're all pretty good. The old air filter's been through the ultrasonic cleaner. Nice and clean now. There's a few stains on it which you can't get out, but she is beautiful and clean now. I'm kind of taking a bit of flyer because the guy I bought this off said it ran fine until it didn't. I'm assuming the carb is fairly okay. There's fairly fresh petrol in it. I mean, when we swap a cylinder on it like this and we buy a non-runner, it's the risk you take, isn't it? So I'll see if we can get it to fire, see how it runs, see if it's running rich or lean, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, look at this. Nice clean top cover. Oh. Such a shame these plastics are all mixed up colours. But oops. Such a shame these are all mixed up colours, but nothing we can do at the moment about it. Let's get this exhaust back on. Do let me know in the comments, guys, have you got 281s? Have you got 288s? Just been watching any content I can find on 281s and 288s now, and I am pretty excited, I've got to say. No gasket. Is that normal? Always look, I'm sure you do, you guys know more than me, but always have a look in the exhausts on these, or on any saw that you've just bought and you don't know. Always have a really good look inside and see what, just check there's no rust in there, because if there's rust in there or anything loose, it'll suck it back into the cylinder and it will destroy it pretty quickly. Right, let me just have a little look around to check there's no exhaust gasket, guys, and I'll be back in a sec. Well, I can't see an exhaust gasket anywhere. There wasn't one with this one, and there wasn't one with the donor saw that we stripped down either. So maybe there's no exhaust gaskets on these. Maybe that's how they are. Maybe I'll check the yeah, I need to check the parts diagrams from Husky, see if that was how they are. Let me just check. Can you still see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, you can. Just about. Yeah, so I'm dying to know, how many of you out there have got 281, 288s? How do they run? Do you love them? 288 is kind of a legendary race saw, isn't it? I've been frantically watching footage of them running, and they do seem to run really well. You know, the 266s I've got run, they seem to run very close to how a 365 runs. So if these run anything like what a you know, big 372, you know, big ball should run better than a big ball 372. Even these 381s, sorry, even these 181s were listed at 5.5 horsepower. So you've got to think with a quick kind of exhaust mod and a bit of a play with the ports and stuff, then surely they've got to be 6.5 horsepower, which would make a hell of a strong saw. So let's see. Oh, I haven't plugged the clutch in. I haven't plugged the fuel line in either. So that's never going to run. Never ever going to run. Oh, gotta take it all apart. I'm going to pause you while I take it all apart and fix my mistake. So just while I'm in here, it's worth mentioning the fuel line. Don't know if you can see it. This fuel line is still really nice and pliable. So I don't know if it's the original or if it's been changed, but it's really nice. It feels like a new one. If this saw is a 1986, then yeah, it certainly feels very, yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Cool. We have choke. Last little thing to do is just put the throttle linkage on, and we're away. Aren't these cool little throttle linkages, these? Just a little lovely bit of wire. Did you see on the other video, on the strip down video, the throttle linkage on the other one was a nail? Couldn't believe it. That was so cool. There we go. Throttle seems to work fine. This little boot I can probably pull up a little bit more. There we go. Just got to put the screw in to hold the air filter group on, and she's back. It's a big if, isn't it, this? Unknown carburetor, well, unknown saw really. I've already got the guy I bought it off's word that it was a runner before, so we'll see. I really want to pull it over, but I'm paranoid when, you know, until the glue is dry on these. I'm going to leave it 24 hours. I'm really paranoid about introducing some sort of leak by pulling them over until that sealant is dry on the base gasket. So I'm going to leave it absolutely alone. I'm not going to touch it now. I'm going to go inside and chill out and come back tomorrow and see if she fires off. So I think I'll leave you there. Thank you so much for watching. Do consider subscribing if this is the sort of content you want. Got lots of cutting coming up soon, so it'd be lovely to be able to take this cutting. I'm really hoping that it runs well. Maybe I'll need to put a carb kit in it, but yeah, I'm really hoping it runs well, and I can take this out cutting. Just need to find a chain for the 22-inch bar. But other than that, that is the rebuild of the 281, pretty much all back together. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned and go to Wolf Freak Soul Shop, buy some stuff. Ryan is the best guy in the world. Thanks for watching.